Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of A Healthy Dose of Fran. Today, Percy Jackson returns in a video looking at the godly side of Percy Jackson, but in particular, one god that I believe really got done dirty in the series, and that is Aphrodite, and just generally her portrayal in the series as a whole. So today, I'll be talking about how Aphrodite deserved better. Now the context for Aphrodite here is just something that I've just noticed with the portrayal of the gods in Percy Jackson, Heroes of Olympus, etc. as a whole, and how just generally they come across as very two-dimensional characters. But the one that I believe really got done the worst is Aphrodite, with Artemis just shortly after her. And no, those are the main two. There are a few others, but those are the main two that I'm really annoyed about. Now, Aphrodite is the one that has been done the worst in my opinion, and the portrayal of her just got worse throughout the series, especially in Heroes of Olympus. But the reason why I think she deserves better is because it was really a missed opportunity to not make Aphrodite a more interesting character, instead of just portraying her as a sort of dumb blonde stereotype, which, as we know from Legally Blonde, that's just not right. But with Aphrodite generally, she is a really interesting character, and even Percy himself says so, because he wouldn't want to face Aphrodite in a fight. She is terrifying, and I think this is something that's really interesting about her, because she is the oldest one of the gods. She came before the gods. She isn't born of Cronus, she is born of Oceanus, is that his name? Yeah. She was born of Oceanus, the father of the Titans. When they, for lack of a better term, castrated Oceanus, she came out of the castration and was birthed in the water before the gods existed. She is the most powerful, but she isn't portrayed as such, even though she very much so could be terrifying, because love, as she does mention, is a very powerful thing. Love goes hand in hand with war. It goes hand in hand in life. Love is the most powerful thing there is. So why is Aphrodite shown as a frivolous, dumb blonde-like character? I don't know. That's the thing here. I don't understand why it's shown this way. Even Piper in Heroes of Olympus considers her mother to be ridiculous. She rejects the whole Aphrodite stereotype with the Aphrodite children, which to this day really irritates me, how all of the Aphrodite children are useless, because they're training in a demigod camp, but don't seem to care. They don't try, they don't do anything. Do they not want to live? Like everyone else except for the Aphrodite cabin get involved. I just don't understand it, because what's the point of that other than to perpetrate the beauty and love is all they care about stereotype? And I know stereotyping is a big thing in Percy Jackson, and I know it's there for a reason, but it just doesn't make any sense. But with Aphrodite as a character, the few times that we do meet her, there is this underlying tension in her, in that you say one wrong thing and she could end you. And we've seen that in the mythology. She basically helped start the Trojan War. To have that power is insane, but shows how much influence she really does have, and how much influence love as a concept has. But we don't see any of that power in the Percy Jackson series. In Heroes of Olympus, in the final battle, she throws flowers at a Titan. Flowers. And then she prettily cheers on Piper from the sidelines And occasionally then throws doves as well. Like, what? What? I just don't understand the logic of that there. Why not have her actually have useful powers? Why not have her actually know how to fight? She is the oldest of the gods, the most powerful of the gods. The thing that she represents is everywhere, with everyone in everything. Why is she so useless in this series? And why is she continued to be stereotyped as a dumb blonde character? I just truly do not understand it. And I think this is a thing that I do often have an issue with Rick's writing in terms of female portrayal, especially with the gods. Artemis is portrayed as a man-hater, which is bloody ridiculous. Athena also similarly portrayed as a man-hater and is really given a bad representation because she doesn't approve of Percy. Hera, everyone hates Hera. Everyone hates Hera. Admittedly, I'm not a fan of her myself, but she did do some things right. I'm pretty sure the only female character of the gods that we don't have an issue with is Hestia. Like, even Persephone is shown to be a bratty young woman. Demeter is a helicopter mum. It's just, there isn't a single female god character that has anything more than one character trait. But Aphrodite definitely gets the worst of it, considering she should be the most powerful. If Percy's afraid of her, if love goes hand in hand with war, and they are in the middle of wars throughout both series, surely she should have more power and more involvement than any of the other gods. Or at least be on the same level of them, as them, sorry. Because just generally, she could have been incredible. Just imagine the wrath of Aphrodite. Imagine her wrath during the Titan War. We don't even see her, I think, actually mentioned in the battle with Typhoon, for example. I don't think it's mentioned at all. We see her throwing flowers at a giant and letting Piper do all the work. The few times that we do meet her, she's giggling and just going on. Basically, she's like the shipper of the series, which, no issue with that whatsoever. It's kind of cool. It's cute. I enjoy it, but she should be a little bit more involved. And I think it's just something that was a missed opportunity to be utilised by Rick. And I mean that with all the gods in general. The only one that seems to be given a good read is Poseidon and Hestia. And Poseidon isn't even that great. The other gods, all the gods really needed a little bit more character. And Aphrodite deserved it the most, because just imagine Aphrodite coming in and changing the way in which the war could have gone through the power of love. Oh, and also Aphrodite and Artemis definitely could have been best friends, but that's for another time. But what do you guys think? Do you think that Aphrodite was done dirty in the Percy Jackson series, or do you think it just kind of was the way in which Rick wanted to go in terms of stereotyping in that sense, or do you just generally not have a problem with it? Whatever the case, let me know in the comment section down below. Before I sign off, I want to give a massive thank you and shout out to the fantastic artist of today's thumbnail, Elisa Tulli. Elisa is a brilliant artist and I love all of their work, so if you guys want to go check them out because you enjoyed the thumb art, all of their links are in the description box down below. And to Elisa, thank you so much. In general, I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you go to the description box down below, you'll find the links to all of my social media, my merchandise store and my Patreon. If you guys do want more Percy Jackson content, of course be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.